And without further ado, spawning here at the bottom left, we got our red Terran player playing for the team of Kai Z Gaming. He is none other than Spirit. And spawning here at the top right, we got our blue blue Zerg. He is currently playing for the team of Platinum Heroes. Put your hands together for HateMe. Yeah, a lot of people placing their bets on HateMe, so apparently, yes, you guys do love HateMe, which is ironic. I'm a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was taken aback a little bit by the username of HateMe. It's kind of like putting a sign on your back saying "kick me." Like, it's not something that you want to be known for, but apparently he does. He wants people to hate him. Maybe we hate him because he is so damn good in this game, or I don't know. I would imagine you would like a username called Love Me instead of Hate Me, but apparently that's that. Alright, so oh wow, that is a very quick lair here coming out of Hate Me. And Spirit, if he actually dives into the main, will see this, but with the lings out, I think he will not be able to see. Okay, so what is Hate Me up to now? This could be a couple of things. This could be a real quick mutalist, but it also could be Nidus play. Like real quick Nidus play. There is no ling speed on the way, so if he throws down a Roach Warren and go for Nidus, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm feeling the Nidus here. I mean, I mean, there's really no like, yeah, okay, there goes the Nidus. I was like, there's really no reason to go for a quick lair if you're going to go for a Roach push, unless you're going for Nidus. Because of course this is a map where you can just kind of walk your Roaches across. But if you want to get deep inside the main base, on top of the production buildings of the Terran, then a Nidus is required, and there is an Overlord here at the top side of the main base of Spirit. Now that does get revealed, but there is another Overlord, and here, oh, actually a little bit too out in the open. But does Spirit realize this? I don't think so. He doesn't see this. He's microing his Reaper. Oh no! Now only now does he realize. But I think it's just too late. The Roaches come out. The Queens pops out, and there is going to be a lot of losses. Only Hellions to deal with these Roaches. Transfuse going down as well, and these Roaches are going to get on top of the production building. Will take out that SAV building the dirt base, and Hate Me catching Spirit with just a perfect situation where he was just going for greedy dirt base. Only Hellions out on the map, and oh boy, even if Spirit manages to clean this up, I mean, the damage has been done. And Hate Me telling Spirit to hate me for cheesing you out of this game. We'll go ahead and claim the victory. GG's. Wow, Hate Me just starting off this series with a bang. I guess you could say he's in the cheesing spirit. Pun intended. But yeah, Spirit is gonna have to keep an eye out for any weird plays like that in this second game. Because, you know, once a player does pull out a cheese of some sort, Like for example in the TVZ, if the Terran player pulls out a proxy 2x in the first game, like that is something that the Zerg player is going to have to keep in mind in the second and third game, and maybe even the fourth and fifth or sixth and seventh game, if the series, you know, goes on that long. But a great way to start off the game for HateMe, just catching Spirit off guard. Just it was almost a little bit of a blind counter as well, because Spirit did go for the greedier opening build by going for the 3 CC, went for the 1-1-1, and just didn't have he just didn't have a lot on the ground to defend. So a perfect scenario for HateMe to punish him for that. And now we are gonna head into the second game on Inside and Out, and we'll see if Spirit can tie up the series or HateMe can close it out. All right. I see a lot more people has gone on to bet on Spirit. We have 11.7k channel points bet placed on Spirit, while 8.3k channel points placed on HateMe. Make sure to place your last minute bets as the timer is going down. Alright, just waiting for HateMe to confirm that he is ready. Okay, Spirit is ready, and looks like both players are set to go. And here we go, countdown has begun. We're heading into Inside and Out for our second game. And I'm wondering if it's going to be another quick one. Will HateMe be ballsy enough to go for the same strategy once again? That would be pretty insane to pull off that Nidus cheese 2 games in a row. My pun hurt your soul. I see what you did there. I like that name pun there. Alright, so here we go. Spawning at the bottom left, we have our blue Zerg playing for Platinum Heroes. It is HateMe. Here, spawning at the top right, we got our Kaizi Gaming Red Terran. It is Spirit. Alright, so for one thing, looks like we don't see in the early pool here, so looks like HateMe is gonna at least start off pretty standard. Alright, nothing too crazy. Sometimes, you know, ZVT starts off a little bit slow, as there's not a lot of action happening. I think once the Reaper will make its way across the map, things should be starting to pick up. Okay, this drone looking to get the dirt. Can he get it? The Reaper is... Where is the Reaper? Oh, the Reaper went the other way. Oh, actually a nice tricky play. Just walks his drone away in order to hide from the Reaper. So HateMe looking like he's gonna go ahead and take the pocket third instead of the horizontal 6 o'clock base. And what do we have here for Spirit? Once again, going for the 3cc opening. This time around, he should be able to get that third CC up, as looks like HateMe is not going for that same Nidus Roach play. Alright, Reaper jumping into the main base. We'll get a nice scout. We'll see that everything is all normal. Although he should be able to see that there are 3 drones on the gas here, and looks like the 100 gas is gonna get mined. What will he start? Will he get link speed? Will he get a lair? Oh, actually, he did get link speed already. Sorry. Alright, did that Overlord see this? Yes, it did. It did see that the tech lab was researching. So, yeah, potential Banshee play is going to be on HateMe's mind. We should be seeing him throwing down a Spore Crawler in each of the base relatively soon, in order to help with the detection of the Banshee. Yeah, there's no lair on the way as well, so gotta rely on these Spore Crawlers in order to detect the Banshees with the cloak. So great timing on those Spore Crawlers. And in the meantime, Spirit gonna go ahead and throw down some additional racks. I was wondering a little bit whether he was gonna go for mech play, because that is certainly a potential. Where you do see sometimes, Terran does open up with a tech lab with the Banshees, make sure that they're safe, and then they start throwing down a bunch of factories behind it. But nope, it is going to be indeed a regular bio composition. Alright, where's the Banshees? Okay, there we go. Alright. Let's see how much drones can these Banshees take. Gets 5. Not bad. Especially since these Banshees do stay alive. Not going to be able to get the Hellions in though, as that is well fortified by the Queens and the Lings. Alright, looks like HateMe is going for the Ling Banelings to start off this game, which would theoretically be a good choice against what Spirit is going for. I mean, Spirit is going for a heavy barracks kind of bio infantry kind of army composition, and so having the Lings to surround them and then using the Banelings to connect onto those Marines should set him up well. The question is, will he add on a Hydralisk then, or will he go for the Spire into a Mutalisk play? Little Marine Squadron gonna be putting on some pressure at this fourth. In the meantime, some actions going on across the map. A Ling run by, but also a Hellion run by. All in all, it looks like the Hellion run bys gonna do a bit more damage. Yeah, there's like three attacks going on at the same time. Both of these players are, or has to kind of expend their APM dealing with the attack and also defending back at home. But Spirit actually doing a great job, really kind of receding the creep tumor, at least on the bottom right side. Now the bottom or the top left side doing more healthier in terms of the creep spread, but looks like Spirit is going to go ahead and start taking care of them. Turtle in Crocs in the live chat asking, can someone explain SC to me? Well, StarCraft is basically a real-time strategy game, very reminiscent of chess. So both of these players has different pieces based on what race they play. What race they play is 3 races: Protoss, Terran, and Zerg. Each race has different pieces to work with, and it's kind of like a strategy game, a real-time strategy game where you use the units to attack one another. It's kind of like in the battlefield, you know, and then you kind of make sure you have certain counters and certain strategies to potentially win you the game. And looks like Spirit doing a good job of winning this second game, as he's right now finding himself in a worker supply lead, which is never a good thing for a Zerg player. However, HateMe does have the 2-2 upgrades, which shall help his Lings and Banelings. I mean, Banelings with +2 melee will one-shot the SCB line. So we'll see if there are Ling run, or sorry, not Ling run bys, Baneling run bys into the middle line of Spirit. But yeah, you know, HateMe is not doing too healthy with the worker count, only because Spirit has been really attacking him and harassing him throughout this whole game. Kind of hard for him to invest some of those larvas into those drones. He has been investing a lot in them into these Lings, so he's going to have to make this count. However, the 2-2 is done for the Terran this time around, but looks like one of the tanks not siege up quite in time, and oh, the Lings getting this around on the planet. Oh, actually does leave the planetary momentarily, so a little bit of indecision, but I think these Lings getting a nice surface here, getting the nice around. It's gonna go ahead and get some nice trades, but at the other side, once again, Spirit keeping up the pressure, and all of a sudden, so many drones going down, and yeah, like HateMe cannot keep up with the pressure, or with the attack. He just run out of momentum, run out of steam. His economy has been poor compared to his Terran opponent, and now all of a sudden you see the overall supply just skyrocket for Spirit, 133 to 79. So Spirit, he's gonna go ahead and start establishing his extra bases, getting the top left base. And HateMe still stuck on 4 hatcheries. As a Zerg player, you definitely want to stay at least 1 base or more ahead of your Terran opponent, but right now it is Spirit who's on 5 bases versus the 4 of HateMe. And the unfortunate part for him as well is that he doesn't have I don't think he has any real legitimate transition out of this. He does not have any like lurker tech on the way. He does not have Mutalisk on the way. He's basically relying on Ling Banelings, and looks like he's going to start adding in a couple of Vipers, but Ling Banelings is just not going to cut it as the game progresses on. Like, the Vipers can, of course, you know, shoot some blinding clouds on top of the tanks, and have them not shoot at, you know, the Lings and Banelings, but Spirit can still kite and micro and split against those Lings and Banelings. And here we go, double medevac drop, and it looks like HateMe just realizes this. And go ahead and start sending his army back into the main base. In the meantime, Spirit also attacking at the northern left side. So keeping up the pressure. Just attacking at different areas. He even has a squadron of Marines here at the bottom side. Bottom right side. So looks like Spirit gonna go ahead and try to multi-prong attack HateMe until he dies and gives up. Alright, nice cleanup. Good start for HateMe. And there we finally have it. About the 14-minute mark, we finally have a Spire. So looks like HateMe is going to go ahead and go for the Ling Bailing Mutilist play. However, I don't know if Spirit is going to allow him to get up to that tech before maybe potentially clearing up this base here. Now we do see a huge sandwich being set up here by HateMe, and that is going to do well in terms of mitigating some of the splash damage of the tanks, but this is going to be off creep, so Spirit is going to go ahead and be able to kite on back. This tank here getting a lot of pot shots on 3 health. Does survive on 3 health, so nicely done there. 17 kills for that tank. And, looks like HateMe gonna go ahead and once again introduce the Nidus play here, which I love. I mean, right now he doesn't really have a lot of ways to kind of get the run by, so I'm gonna go ahead and tempt the Nidus instead, in order to get into the heart of the production, into the main base of the Terran. But looks like HateMe gonna go ahead and go for the counter. Nicely done here, picking up the planetary and 16 SCVs. However, Spirit has a lot more orbitals, so not the most. I mean, he's gonna be all right in terms of the economy. I'm sure he didn't want to lose 17 SCVs, but still. He has so many orbitals for the mules. That should help him. But a great pickup by HateMe. But I don't know. He traded a lot of army for that. So I'm going to drop on the army supply there. And the production of Spirit is just absolutely insane. He's starting to add more tanks, but also more Liberators, which, I mean, it's gonna zone some of the Lings and Banelings along with the tanks in the back. These Ghosts is gonna be able to deal with any Vipers, potential Vipers. Might also go ahead and try to snipe some of the Corruptors. And yeah, gonna force HateMe to sacrifice this base. And oh man, he's doing so low on the army supply, 77 to 131. Now, you know, Banelings are good, but they're not that good to make up that huge of a deficit. So HateMe is really gonna need something else besides these Banelings and Lings. Yeah, I don't see this working out here for HateMe. It looks like Spirit is gonna go ahead and tie up this series. He has done a great job in this second game of just putting on the pressure of HateMe, forcing him to respond. And unfortunately for HateMe, was not able to respond well. And Spirit can tie up the series and force a game 3. So well done by Spirit, and I feel like that is like kind of the strength of Spirit, where he is kind of dictating the pace of the game, you know, where he's on the driver's seat and trying to force his opponent to react to him instead of him reacting to his opponent, and just abusing his his micro and his APM, forcing the chaos upon his opponent. Because Spirit, he plays very fast. He plays very quick. He's one of those players that just love, doing multi-prong harassment and attacks. And it has been very successful for him. Alright, so it looks like our third game will take place on Waterfall. Which is, of course, the underwater map. Alright, countdown has begun. And here we go, guys. This is it. Both players are tied on up. So whoever wins this next game will take the series. $200 on the line for HateMe. While Spirit is not only the $200 but also the group standings. I believe with this win though, he does secure his spot at the third place in the group. So either way, let's hope for a fun game 3. And to begin, this guy here at the top right, he's our blue Zerg player, playing for Platinum Heroes. Make some noise for HateMe. And spawning here at the bottom left, we got our guy from Kaiji Gaming. It's Spirit. Alright, so Waterfall, a map that is real close in terms of the rush distance. So in general, it does favor the more aggressive player. And I would say, there's not a lot of bases as well on this map, so it tends to not favor the Zerg player in that sense. Because again, Zerg, the idea of Zerg is that they want to stay ahead in terms of the base count, but you kind of max out the amount of bases you have very quickly, at least compared to other maps. And then you're kind of forced to get that center map here, or not center map, but center base here, which is a lot more vulnerable. Even though it provides the Super Vespine Geyser, it's kind of in a wide open area, and look at the distance between this base and this base, as well as this base. It's quite short. You're basically knocking at the front door of your opponent. Assuming that it gets to the later stages of the game. But we'll see if this game does go for that long. Spirit looks like he's sticking with his bread and butter here, going for that early CC once again. And I don't blame him. I mean, there's really not a lot that HateMe can do to punish Spirit for going for this. I mean, assuming, Spirit walls off the natural. Because right now there is no wall to speak of here. Now, of course, HateMe does see this entirely, but HateMe, he's not going for anything crazy. Now, if there was like a couple of overlords queued up, then maybe that's a good indication that HateMe was going to go for an attack. But as you can see, Not a lot of overlords on the production, so looks like we're gonna have ourselves a standard game. Oh, looks like we got a laser fan in the live chat. Alright, Spirit gonna go ahead and poke on in here. Alright. It looks like wait, this did HateMe got this? Okay, I guess he just anticipated just based on the units out on the field. He can't 100% confirm that it's, you know, Banshees with cloak, but you can kind of assume so just based on, like, you know, the entire plane just opening up with Hellions. And you know, you want to be better safe than sorry. You know, that's, you know, as the saying goes. He doesn't have any lair to morph in an overseer, so I mean, even if it wasn't a Banshee, it could have definitely been a battle cruiser opening, or maybe Liberator, in which both the you know, the spore crawlers would be useful against either. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and kind of watch on. There's not a lot going on. Both players are kind of at a standstill. Little poke here and there by Spirit, but not getting too much done, as HateMe does have. Let's see here. How many queens is that? 7 queens out on the field, so plenty of queens to defend these Banshees and Hellions. And we're just kind of seeing both players just kind of macro on up. Nice little surround though here. Can get the rest of these Hellions. Oh, these Hellions. Oh, that's a great pick off there by HateMe. That does limit the amount of Hellions out in the field, which means that also limits the amount of kind of poking that Spirit can do. And you should see HateMe, his creeps should be able to spread, you know, even quicker right now with less Hellions out in the field to poke on through. Nice little counterattack. Alright, 1-1 finishes for the Zerg. I'm gonna beef up some of these lings here. And how many tanks is that on the field here? Let me see. 2 tanks and 2 Banshees. Okay. Oh, just on the outskirts. Okay, there we go. Oh, actually does not focus on that hatchery. You can see how useful that creep is with the slow banelings. Now, link speed just finished. Centrifugal Cook's upgrade just finished right now, so he can engage off of creep, but you know, for the small period of time, he was on slow baneling speed, in which the creep did help out a little bit there. And as you can see, really small map. Like, the creep spread is already halfway across the map. Should be touching Spirit's base relatively soon. But what do we have here going for Spirit? I mean, he's working off a lot of barracks. He's got his +2/2 on the way. which is of course going to be really helpful for these Marines. These Marines have such high DPS that the upgrades really kind of bodes well for them, or at least it scales really nicely for them with their high DPS. In the meantime, a little bit of a counter harass by HateMe, and yeah, this is gonna actually force the retreat of all the SVs. But look at here, Spirit dropping into the left side. There is a medevac onto the right side as well here. Double medevac, only one of them actually full. Yeah, a little bit of chaotic moments by both players, and another drop gonna commence. Oh, actually did get the hatchery there. Nicely done. Alright, really smart move here by Spirit, trying to keep here HateMe preoccupied with all these drops, but as you can see, not really getting too much done. But right now he's just buying, he just needs some time to rebuild, to re-wall off this third base, which looks like HateMe does not allow, forcing another retreat by Spirit. This base does not seem to be able to get on up. Here we go, and so many banelings there. We'll get on top of the tank as well as some of the SCVs there. Yeah, this is just turning into a huge HateMe win, and it looks like HateMe will go ahead and pull way ahead in the supply. That was just really detrimental and critical hit to the economy of Spirit. And right now, I mean, this pretty much the majority of this game has been advantage for HateMe in the economy, but this is going to spike real hard in the next couple of seconds as that planetary was destroyed, as well as a bunch of SCVs, and now HateMe is looking for the final blow here. It's crazy how he has managed to make Lings and Banelings work throughout this whole entire game. At the same time, actually going to research the Hive as well, so preparing for the next stage of this game, but I don't think it's going to even get there. I mean, actually, you know what? Maybe he survives a little bit longer. Spirit's going to survive just a tad bit longer here. But yeah, this is going to reset him, his economy, back into the Stone Age here. And oh my goodness, even the creep spread just already touching his base. And Spirit, he is going to go ahead and go for the counter. Now, there is a small window for Spirit to actually potentially turn this around. He is still ahead in the army supply. That, of course, quickly goes away with the defensive advantage, with the Banelings as well. Banelings, you know, you can get away with a smaller army supply because of the Banelings, because, of course, Banelings do the splash damage, and that kind of really evens up the supply. And HateMe doing a great job going for the run by. Now he is going to sacrifice this base here, but look at this. I mean, he's got still plenty of more bases left. And and the Spirit, he does not have a lot. I mean, his main base is just pretty much mined out. This is kind of his last remaining healthy base. This one as well. I mean, props to Spirit though. He is keeping this close. He is keeping it close. However, he's going to have to end the game in the next couple of minutes. Because if he lets the 58 workers economy of HateMe just go unscathed, I mean, eventually HateMe is going to catch up. And oh, not a great start there. Not a great loss there. Right now, Spirit really needs to keep his army alive, because that's his main... The only advantage right now is the army supply. I mean, the hive is done. That's going to allow HateMe to get the link speed and potentially get into Broodlord tech. Or maybe Ultralisk tech. And then after that, there's really not much that Spirit can do. I mean, there's no Ghost Academy out on the field to deal with the Ultralisks or the Broodlords. And oh, look at that. Creep even block. I mean, he can't even really afford to scan, really. I mean, he's going to have to, but like, he would really much prefer those energy be used on Muse instead of scans. Wow, actually, you know what? Spirit flexing a little bit with his APM. He's just pulling HateMe left and right, and oh, actually, nice little catch here. Hey, this might actually start to turn around for Spirit. I mean, if he manages to do so, that will be incredible considering where he is at right now and his situation. You know, the idea is just to out micro your opponent to death. At least to try to climb himself out of this hole. Yeah, this is so annoying. I mean, Ling and Banelings just don't shoot up into the air. So, like, right now, he's got to have to split his army into the main base and into this base here. And it's just so difficult. Look at that. So annoying. And, oh, actually, pulls his links there. Oh, he needs to send some of his links. Oh, yeah, this is just... I mean, if HateMe can just stabilize, he is so desperate to stabilize right now. Then he can possibly amass enough army to go for the kill, but Spirit, he just his micro is just absolutely crazy right now. It's just too much for Spirit to handle. Or sorry, it's too much for HateMe to handle. And speaking of HateMe, I mean, I'm sure HateMe hates what he is dealing with. I mean, he's so ahead in the workers, but he just can't keep his bases under control. And what a weird situation. What an absolutely weird situation for both of these players. Okay, with the Vipers out, maybe that should be able to start helping him deal with these medevacs with the parasitic bombs. But HateMe just praying for some breathing room here, but Spirit not letting up. Just gonna keep up on the pressure, keep up with the aggression. I don't blame him. Oh, nice focus fire on one of the Banelings. Gotta be careful. Oh my goodness, this is so annoying for HateMe. Alright, let's take a look at the units lost tab here. Oh wow. More than 10k resources lost here by HateMe. It just seems like HateMe is in desperate need of some anti-air. I don't believe he only has 4 queens here, so he can't even really focus the queens on the medevacs. He's got to use them to inject. In the meantime, another hit squad here at the left side. We'll catch that ahead of time for HateMe, but he loses this base here. Yeah, this is starting to add up. Now it has gone down to essentially, I mean, his main base is mined out. Second base is pretty much mined out. It's kind of like 1.5 base left here for the Zerg. On the other side though, Spirit is sitting on 1 base, which gets attack. So great job trading the blows with the Terran, because he is suffering with the mining here. But oh wow, did he just kill that? He did. Wow, that is a huge pick off there by Spirit. Now Spirit, he's probably gonna have to lift off. Yeah, his CC. One of the great perks of being a Terran, lifting up your command center. And here we go, Parasitic Bomb, and this is going to be the last remaining medevacs here for Spirit. So the drop harass threat is going to go ahead. They're going to basically get shut down. There's pretty much no more medevacs left. There's only like, I think, 2 on the field. One of them is very low on life here. Probably going to have to repair it. And I think finally, HateMe is going to start to stabilize after an intense, chaotic couple of minutes. Just dealing blow after blow. Looks like he will finally force a checkmate out of Spirit. And there we have it.